here's a bit of insight into what it's really like here. Except I've covered half of the actual living space because it's too messy for everyone to see. So I'm gonna be trying a new format for recording video. So as you can see, I literally just woke up, setting up my little space. Probably should change into proper clothes, but I thought I'd start by setting the bar low. So we don't have to set our expectations too high. Mako, wait. What do you want? Hi? Say hello. Mako, say hello to everybody. Wave. Wave. Cute. Hi. Would you like a treat? Yeah. Okay, sorry, I'll be right back. A lot of stuff happens in the background while we're working. So you're gonna hear Al doing things in the background, doing dishes. Turn around. Show everybody how good you are. Wave. Shake. Yay. Say hello. Hello. Good girl. And yeah, just all the goings on that happens here at Mako House. So today, not really sure what I'm going to be working on. I have a bunch of things that I can be working on today. This is like a piece that I was testing out on Procreate. So I started off with a sketch, and then you can see a sketch on Procreate, and then I did the coloring, and I figure once I trace this onto paper, I'm pretty much ready to go. But I wanted to do some test colors first on some paper and test out the paper. Also kind of practice a little bit before I get into the painting of it, because sometimes it's a little daunting. So you'll find out that very quickly that I like to break things down so it's not so scary. Because to me, it's fun to paint, but it's also scary to paint because I want everything to be perfect. So you'll see. Here's some Fire Emblem sketches that I did a couple days ago. I was thinking about throwing some color down on this, but we'll see. We'll see if we do that today. And then I brought this sketchbook over because I thought it might be a good idea to warm up by practicing painting textures and stuff. It'll also be for another project that I'm working on, so I got a big blank book to get working with. I guess I could show you some of my favorite brushes to work with. The logo has been rubbed away, and it's like kind of getting a little wobbly too, but this is my favorite Da Vinci brush. It's a 6, it's round, and it's made with the Kolinsky sable hair, and it's really nice. It's great for mopping and stuff, so I'll show you guys a little bit. This is, you can see how like disgusting this has gotten. I feel weird. I should dress up a bit more. Maybe next time. It's okay. It's fine. You'll see the real. Like, I still have to shower my hair. It's kind of gross. See how gross I am?
It's always gross.
Shh. Mako, you want another one? We'll have this little stash here to keep Mako at bay. Why? Where are you going? Do you want to?
She heard me. Or
oh, you're so distracting to her. So for Mako, lately I've been happy giving her these Nutriberries. They're like a good, like, big ball of treat that'll just have her sitting in one spot for a little while. Look at her, she's already turning around. Mako, can you flip? Flip? No? I think she's too scared to flip on this perch. Wipe your face. Yeah, wave. Yay, turn around. Yay, shake. Say hello. Hello. Good girl. So, we can also see Mako's favorite treats as we go through this. So this is my gross, disgusting brush. I have a good version, but I just want to get as much use out of this as possible before it completely dies. This is Kuretake, I forget what it's like, their cartoon manga brush or something. Okay. And we're back, kind of temporarily, so I gotta do this quick. Oh, I forgot a towel! Please. Why did you have your food in your mouth? Hmm? Come on, up. Come here. Hey. Don't, you're gonna crumb all over me. Get off. Thank you. Look at this. She's still got food in her mouth. You little weirdo. Hey. Damn it. So hectic. And then this one is making crumbs everywhere. Oh my god, welcome to my life, guys. Oh yeah, I just got a new iPad, by the way. Okay, maybe I got it like a month ago, but this is the 11-inch. I'll probably do a review at some point, maybe. This is my own official Mako sticker. Put it on the back. It's cute, right? I'm actually making a leather I'm taking a leather class to make a leather pouch for the outside of this to extra protect it, because you know the sides are not protected. So anyway, let's get started with so I worked on this over the holiday, and I made like, you can see here, isn't it pretty? I think this camera looks nicer, but this also is just as good. So you can see all the different colors. These are like my most commonly used colors, and then I did like little swatches and gradients, and you can see there's different colors. Some colors done by like my friend Marty Vitamin. She made some colors, so I got those two, the gold and the copper. So I like to use those sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, distracted by color. Okay, I'm missing some. Where are they? Are they in this one? I also use these candy containers as like to-go palettes. So when I was away on a trip, I brought this with me, which is my other brush that I really like. I have a bunch actually, so I can kind of go through it. This is Da Vinci Micro Maestro. So it kind of looks, let me just wrap this real quick. So I'll just use this turquoise. This, what is it called? Cobalt turquoise? No, Cobalt Teal Blue by Daniel Smith. So it's like lovely, like cute little thing. And you can use it for like tiny little palettes like this. And then, yeah, this will be my tester page. Who cares? Whatever, YOLO, right? First page of the sketchbook, you gotta break it in. And then, another one that I really like. Wait, I have another one. Where'd it go? Where's my Series 7? Oh, here it is. This is called the Series 7. I put it in this container for traveling, just because I have nothing better to carry it in. I should probably get a case at some point. Ah, there we go. Hi! Look at this! What is happening? Hmm?
Hey, Big Bird, what do you think you're doing? Get out of there.
What are you doing?
Sorry.
Yeah, are you interested? Are you interested in the colors?
There's chaos happening here in the back.
Ooh. As I pull, she's just getting closer and closer.
Big Bird, come back here.
Okay.
Put down.
Let's start from the smallest to biggest. So this is a Series 7 size 0. I like this one a lot for creating lines. So let's do this with that turquoise again. And you can see it's a lot thicker, but you can get a lot more thick to thin with this. So you can, sometimes I paint whole paintings with this because it's just so easy to, there's just chaos going on in the background, guys. So you can kind of get like little gradients. So a technique that I just did just now was like, I put down like the full color, and then I kind of go in with some clean water and just kind of pull it. I call it pulling color, but I actually don't know what the proper tone of this is. But then you can kind of get a gradient this way. It's kind of, you kind of have to get a feel for it eventually over time. It's hard to get used to right away. This is called Horlicks. This is a drink that I got really into when I was in Hong Kong. Why? Do you want to try? Look at this thing crawling all around me. Okay, well anyway, let's just get this party going. So after I wetted it, it became really thin. So this is really great for the thick to thinness and like precision and crispiness of the edges. So let's say, let's do something this. So you can kind of see like Hey, why did you chew on my shirt? It's kind of got, so the front end of the brush is crispy, right? But then because of the bellowing out, I think, of the shape, I don't know what the science behind this is, it kind of causes the color to kind of push. Hey, that's my brush. It kind of causes the color to lean forward a lot more. See, it's much more obvious here, but you see how the water is at the top and then the bold color is at the bottom? So it kind of really helps in creating radiance and stuff. And then I can do a lot more of my pulling here. Ooh, this paper is an interesting and funky texture. I've actually never painted on this paper before. I just got this notebook from my friend and I'm just like, okay, sure, I'll take it. She just gave it to me. She's like, oh, do you use watercolor paper? Yes. Ooh, this is another great color that I really like. It's called Opera, and this one in particular is from Holding. But across like most brands, you'll get pretty good pigmentation from most of them. So I'm just doing that technique again where I do the front end sharp and then like I pull back with the water. And you can also do the wet first and then you put in the pigment after, but that's just not a technique I'm used to. So basically, I'm just creating a shape with water. And then let's do this. Actually, this is not a technique that I'm too used to. You can see how like that water just kind of did a thing. And then I just sit here and hope that it dries in time. For me to do some. Yo! What up, dude? Stop it! So here, you can see, yeah, I like this brush a lot. I've rendered whole pieces with this as well. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's another brush of mine that I really like. So let's go with this one. So this is the Da Vinci that I was saying that I liked. This is nice, getting across like large scale. What did I just? There's a fart everywhere. I just dipped into 2 colors for some reason, and also got like a bunch of stuff on my brush. Okay, so let's get this all mopped up. So this is great for doing like larger areas. My paintings tend to be on the smaller side, so this is, I guess, a large brush for me. This paper is so textured. Look at that texture in there. That's kind of interesting, actually. I have a couple brushes for large things. Don't chew my brushes. They're expensive. This was like probably $30-something, but I prefer to invest in my brushes. It just makes the process a little easier. Yo! Do you want a treat? Do you want to stop bothering me and go somewhere else? You want this one? Is that why? Do you want this one? Give me a kiss. Yeah. So I've gone and showered my hair and changed into some clothes. We're gonna go get some food soon, so gotta get ready. So I asked some questions on my Instagram to see if anyone had any questions that I could answer while I'm recording the process. Okay, so someone asked, would love to know more about your process, what inspires you, and of course Mako. So I already showed a bunch of Mako already. My process, well, you'll see it here. And then what inspires me? Inspiration's hard. For me, it's mostly like feeling. So like posing, mood and stuff like that. Like it's all like things that I want to exude. I don't know why I'm doing this hand gesture so much, but it's like that gesture. Like I want to have flowy feeling in my pieces. So once I start drawing, it's like, for example, this piece, I think I started with like some sort of a gesture, and then like, for example, this girl has like her hands to her face like this. So I started sketching this part out, and then it just kind of starts flowing from there. For me, like I kind of have a habit of having things kind of like tumble from like a singular source. So maybe that kind of helps bring the attention back to what I started with, like the original intention, which is like that gesture here. But everything kind of just tumbles and falls. It's not necessarily what strikes me and then I create a drawing based on it. It's like a tumbling of like a bunch of ideas and then thinking of how to bring it back to the source. I don't know, that's how I feel about it right now. Like I'm probably gonna change my answer multiple times, so we'll see. God, my hair is a mess because it's not showered, but I feel clean. Let's see. I have no topic, but I'm rooting for you. Thank you. Favorite Pokemon? I don't know. Hard to say. Hard to say. They're all like really well designed. I guess like if I had to pick out of each generation, probably I would be able to choose. I think I just have a connection with the original because when I was 10, that was when Pokemon became big in Canada. And then that's when I got that Pokédex book. And I memorized that book. I memorized every single level that they leveled up at. Like, Bulbasaur was like level 32, but Charizard was level 36. Or sorry, from Ivysaur to Venusaur was level 32, and then from Charmeleon to Charizard was level 36. So, see, these things I memorized when I was a kid. I think I just grew older, because like as I'm going through the years, I'm like thinking, I had less and less attention span for each game. So I don't really know if I have a favorite off the top of my head, but going from like the originals, probably like Dragonite. I wanted to talk about like at least one favorite artist per video. So let's see, who should I drum up? Let's pull up the Instagram. Ooh, actually let's pull up James Jean. This is one of my like latest favorites. So why do I like James Jean? Because his art style isn't always my favorite. Like sometimes it can get a little bit too creepy, like, or like too surreal in like a direction that I'm not a big fan of, but I really like he draws a lot of the flow in each piece. Oops, like everything just kind of flows one into the next, and that's one thing that I really try to absorb from him. I bought a print of this piece. It's called Chillone. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Basically, like some of the stories that he writes about the pieces really like call out to me. But I also really like how he tries a lot of interesting colors and different variations. Like the combination of traditional art with like really graphic design, and also like how hard this guy works. Like he's got stuff on a building. Like look at this. This is freaking cool. Like I know he did like commercial art way back when. Like he's done this cool stained glass stuff. Like so eccentric, and like he posts photos of stuff. Like this is a very beautiful photo. This one I really like the contrast of the blue and the orange, and like just how the tiger is just hidden away in here amongst all of these flowers. And you guys know I love flowers, so anything with flowers really like starts jumping out at me. And I think like a lot of these like flowy shapes kind of remind me of flowers but morphed into something else, and I think I really like that. Look at how like vivid these colors are. Like I personally probably won't do these colors as my first go-to, but I would like to experiment, so I kind of want to reference as well. Another thing that's really cool is like when I was in Hong Kong, we were just traveling there for a wedding, and we stopped by Harbor City, and as we were walking along outside we could see this display from Prada. And we're like, oh, that's so cool. Like that dress has like a print on it and it's got like these awesome like flowy artistic details. And then we're like, wait a second, isn't that James Jean? That's James Jean. And I'm like, wow, this guy's going places. I mean, he already is like super famous, but so cool. Look at him. He's friends with like Takeshi Palm. That's awesome. Yeah, this guy is such a big inspiration. It's like taking art beyond just like the two-dimensional form. And I know that a lot of people are like sculptors and stuff like that, but this is a very different hybrid that I really like. Just an artist that I really, really admire for the work ethic, for how he really goes far and beyond like what his medium takes him. Like, for example, his style is very two-dimensional, but the way that he takes it from 2D to 3D is so intriguing to me. I just remembered that he has an exhibit in Korea right now, or soon, at the LAKEY Museum, and I'm gonna go. I'm so excited. I'm not going to Korea just for his exhibit, but I happen to be there at the same time, and I'm super honored to be able to go if I can. I'm so excited. And I'm so excited to show you guys this print in person too. Well, as much as in person as this video is. So, I'm so excited to have it. Anyway, I hope that's enough of like me discussing what I like about this artist. Like, it's pretty self-explanatory. This guy's freaking mad. Amazing. This is so interesting. I think it's like a wine bottle design. Like, it's so cool. He's friends with Lauren Tsai. That's so cool. And what even is this? Like, that's so cool. Anyway, okay, let's jump right into me working on my process work. Alright, so back to the piece. I'm going to talk about a little bit of process work. So here, you might have seen, like, I sketched out some thumbnails, and then I'm testing out whether or not I want to do ink or no ink. So, because I got that new ink bottle, I'm like, I might as well use it.
Are you even good at ink?
No, I'm not good at ink. That's why I have to test it. So I used a brush pen, or a brush here. I used my Series 70. And then, so that's how I got these lines, but then these ones are done with a nib. So this handle I got, it's a Tachikawa handle. I got this when I was in Japan last year, but this is called a C6. It's kind of nice how like thin these lines are, but they're kind of consistent. With the brush, it's like a lot more wobbly. Do like a hybrid of both somehow or another. take a moment here for like a brief pause because right now I'm not very satisfied with how this is looking. I like the hair, like the fire, like everything else, but I put down this pattern thinking it would be good, but then I don't know, I messed up. So I'm using my iPad, so I'm really like trying to bridge the gap between traditional and digital. Like, why can't you use both, right? Put down some layers to see like what I can do, like just mock up like things that I could do to fix it. And I started liking some of the spots that I'm doing here. Different colors. So I'm thinking I'm gonna see if I can try to replicate this somehow. It might blur a little bit as I put more water down, but I think overall this might be achievable. That's just a little bit of insight into how like I'm working out my planning and stuff. I was thinking of filling in like these empty areas, but I thought whatever, I think it'll be a better bet if I build up the contrast inside as opposed to outside. I feel like it might draw too much attention away. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. So just gonna time lapse a little bit more, and then I have my outro in just a little bit. Mako didn't want to come, so I brought a better bird instead. I got Big Bird. Here she is. Say bye-bye. Oh, the camera's not focusing on you. There you go. Say bye-bye to everybody. Bye-bye, everybody. Hope you guys like this video. The new format is a little different, but like and subscribe, and hope you guys have a great weekend. Yay! What do you want? What do you want? Why are you like this? Hmm? Why are you like this? Why? Why? Huh? Bye-bye.
Hello.
I even have the beret, like Madeline.
Alright, where are you going today?
I'm going to leather class and we're having a pasta party.
Okay. Well, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You got it. Go, 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 go.
I forgot Tupperware.